Toto? I've got a feeling we aren't in Kansas anymore. Hey everybody, welcome back to Black Mesa. If you can even call it that. Because we're not in Black Mesa anymore. We have successfully arrived in what those scientists called the border world. Or you could just call it Zen. As the opening chapter called it. And oh boy, we're in for a ride. So yeah, these are survey team members who came here and met kind of an unfortunate end. Hi, Bubble Dude. What do you want? Alright, so if you haven't played the original game, the Zen levels, the final 4 levels of the game, calm down, HEV suit. I get that I'm at 31 health when I'm not supposed to be, but freaking calm down. We're pretty terrible compared to the rest of the game. They weren't really the worst levels you would ever see in a game, but compared to the rest of Half-Life, they were pretty bad. At least in my opinion. So when it came to remaking them in Black Mesa, instead of just remastering the level design like they've done for the rest of the game, Crowbar Collective decided to go above and friggin' beyond by redesigning like the entire thing from scratch. And the result is nothing short of spectacular, I have to say. We got our first enemies here. Oh, actually, no, the headcrabs back there were our first enemies, but I don't think I even need to say anything. Just look at this. This speaks for itself. This looks incredible. I'll throw up a quick screenshot on screen of what the original game looks like as its introduction. To be fair, the original game was 1998. It was a PC game. It was an old game. It's obviously going to look bad, but this is like no contest. The original game had its own visual style, and that it was like a creepy alien final level, and that's how it works, but I do prefer this. Just like, it's an alien world, but it doesn't mean it can't look pretty. Oh, we scared those guys away. Those are like the birds in this place. So yeah, the long jump module. I went over it very briefly in the last video because I didn't have much time to. Oh, that's scary. However, as you can see, there's a new thing next to our health and suit energy bars, and that counts how many times we can use the long jump module before it runs out and needs to recharge. We get like 3 shots before it runs out. It's really more than 3 uses because they recharge kind of quickly, but eventually you will run out, and then you will have to wait, so yeah, best to keep an eye on it. It's not like the original game where you can long jump forever. You do have a limit this time. Anyway, another new mechanic right over here. This blue water. Standing in it heals you. And plays a very nice yet loud sound effect. So yeah, we're not going to be using those chargers on the walls anymore. We're going to be mainly using these pools to heal ourselves. Plus medkits wherever applicable, but it will only be... Oh, hello. Medkits will only be found in spots where it makes sense. This series is really good about that. Like, placing items in places where it makes sense to be. For example, I think you get suit energy from these guys, because I just got it then. That's how I know. Oh god, look at that. That is scary. Just an endless steep pit. For whatever reason, gravity does pull you down there. I don't even know what's causing that, but I don't think you're supposed to know. It's a freaking alien dimension. Actually, isn't it supposed to be like the border between dimensions and not an actual dimension itself? I'm not sure. I don't know. I should probably play Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Maybe it goes over more of what exactly this place is supposed to be, but I think it's something like that. It's a border world. It's not really its own dimension? I don't know. This place is weird. Oh man, look at this. So you do have to long jump across this. And as you can see, there are things... Okay, hold on. First, we're being attacked by Hound Eyes, who like made a freaking hunting call. Yeah, for whatever reason, they didn't make that sound before, even though it kind of makes sense. Oh god, imagine falling into that. Oh my god, that's terrifying. But yeah, as you can see, people have been here. People have explored around here. We've got these little, like, portable energy things. We saw them at the opening cave. We have these bridges. So this is an example of the survey team, I do believe, having been here. But look at these plants. Look at these things that, from the original that, like, darken and furl up when you get close. Or curl up, hide themselves. And also, this is just straight up coral. The plants in Zen are basically like aquatic plants, but on the surface. And hey, that works. You wouldn't really see aquatic plant life outside of the water on Earth, so it makes sense. But then you got some pretty new stuff like this. And then these glowing crystals. This place is just amazing. And you got that big thing in the distance, with a bunch of things circling around that red thing. Seems pretty important. I wonder if that's where we have to go. I always love picking up an object and throwing it off. It just falls, never to be seen again. Oh, freaking scary. Alright, there's a C4 packet up here. So, all you gotta do here is hit this lever, and it pulls down this rock. And then you can jump across it. Because everyone wants to do that. Definitely. Alright, so you may be wondering why I started this level with 32 health when I did not take that much damage in the previous video on that little final fight. And that's because I actually started this video by beginning a new game on Zen. And when you begin a new game and select a chapter, it gives you like a preset of weapons and ammo, and apparently also health. And the new game thing just assumes that you took a lot of damage from the previous battle, so it starts you with 32 health for whatever reason. I did that because video transitions. I wanted to end the previous video by jumping into the portal, and then like fading to black, and then begin this with the big teleportation animation. And that was probably the best way I could have done it, since I did forget to save the game. Just in case you forgot how to sprint, this game will remind you. To be fair, the rock is sinking. That is such like a cool but terrifying touch. Yeah, let's get over here as soon as we can. And even this is just like just a floating platform. What was I just saying? Anyway, we got a portal right here. Teleports us all the way over here. Very fun. I wonder how they were able to set this up. Or actually, I don't think this is man-made. That does not look man-made. Hello. So these are kind of like the crystal enemies. I forgot what I was saying before, so I think I'm just going to ignore it for now until I can remember it. So these guys are basically like the recreations of the purple crystals from Half-Life 1, except instead of using rockets or heavy weaponry, you can just use the crossbow, and it instantly kills them. They will zap you if you get too close to them, so make sure you take them out in the meantime. Anyway, another new mechanic is this big blue crystal, which when you get close, regenerates your suit energy. So yeah, we got a replacement for both the health and suit chargers. And that, right there, is an example of one of my favorite things about Zen in both versions of the game, honestly. Because the original game despite the Zen levels themselves being kind of crap, it was cool that the environment and everything changed when you entered Zen. Like, the way you healed, the platforms, some of the mechanics, like, the way you got loot was from these HEV suit guys, and not just, like, random boxes. It was really cool how that all changed. It was kind of like how the classic Doom games changed, like, the keys you got to skulls when you entered any hell level. Apparently, I can't pick up what this guy has. I'm full on things. Maybe I can pick it up when I reload this. Does he have another magnum for me? No. I'm just full on suit energy, I guess. But yeah. This game, however, gets to fully realize that, because Zen in this game is a lot longer. I'm not just talking about this opening level Zen, though this level is also a lot longer. But Zen as a whole is much longer than the original game. The original game, Zen, took like 30 minutes when you knew what you were doing, but this is easily like 2 hours long, at least. So, yeah. I think, starting now, I'm only going to do one level per video. Previous video I made was a freaking beast, by the way. 2 hours and 30 minutes. That's like the longest video I think I've ever made on this channel. Goodness gracious. I almost considered, like, cutting stuff out, but nah. I did kind of want to stick to my playthrough of the original game, where I did 3 levels per video. It's just that the levels are longer in this game. Or rather, I go slower in them, because, like, I want to show what's different. Say, these last 3 videos might be pretty short, but I did want to only do, like, 1 level per video. I've got it all planned out. But these levels are pretty long, so, compared to the rest of the game. They're about surface tension length, so it's not like the shortest levels in the world. That headcrab just decided to kill itself. Alright, another way we're going to be picking up supplies is these little things. We just got some crossbow darts from that. Let's kill some barnacles with them. By the way, I totally didn't mention that we're platforming through a cave. It's very cool. I believe there are some big dumb fish in the water. But if you just don't fall in the water, you'll be fine. So just don't fall, Lamau. Just do the platforming, you know. Alright. There we go. Now we just long jump over here. And now we enter a very okay, I was meant to land on here, but now we enter a very interesting part of this level. This looks like a man-made base. Except, we have to plug this in to unlock the door. We're gonna be doing a lot of, plugging throughout this, level. Please wipe your feet. Okay. Hey, they said wipe your feet, not your face. Jeez, man. So, this place has probably seen better days. It's probably functional at one point. Look at that campsite lantern. HEV suits. Just like the one I'm in. We got a new zombie type, the HEV suited zombies. These are the strongest ones by far. And listen to them. The HEV suit has no idea what is going on with the person inside it. It's glitching out and freaking out. It's very confused. I heard that. Somehow I avoided both of them. One of my favorite things about Zen in this game is the ambience. Just listen. Like, especially from inside this base. If it'll play again. Please play again. I like your noises, dude. Hello? For the head crab. Just a regular scientist zombie now. Well, anyway, you'll hear it periodically. There's an ambience in the background that goes like, "Whoa." Yeah. That. I love that sound so much, and I can't say I know why. I mean, it just sounds cool. Yeah, look at these. This is like a moon base or whatever. the survey team's base of operations, but it clearly got invaded, and they got killed at one point. Because there are monsters. There are, like, dead hound eyes and stuff. Hello. We got an HEV suit zombie wanting to get in really badly. Too bad for him. What are these ones looking at? Some, that looks like honeycomb. Some graphs about stuff. Spin states require high quality dielectric medium. Contact Dr. Stone in Sector C. Anomalous materials? That's where I work! Hang on, is that... Do they mean that, or do they mean, like, Sector C within Zen? Because I feel like once someone is sent to Zen, they can't come back. Maybe, like... I don't know, I feel like these guys, when they were sent here, they never went back, because there was just no way for them to. Contact Dr. Horn. So this is studying this thing, which we saw before powering that portal. And it seems to be a form of electricity as it's powering this fan right here. As a side note, if you hear extra fans in the background, that's because I have the big fan behind me turned on. Kind of a hot day today. But I wanted to get this recording. So we got a bunch of formulas. I'm not sure what they mean. It is very, very cool, however, that they put the detail here. And they didn't just write, like, a bunch of jokes on the whiteboard. They actually, like, wrote analysis things. I'm not sure the formulas actually mean anything. They might have just written a bunch of random math, but it's still cool. Still cool attention to detail. Do not wipe board, Dr. Horde. They're still mostly, like, analyzing various things, and you can see in the pictures what they're analyzing, except that, I don't know what that is, like some megaphone? Alright, we need to get in there. Actually, wait. Nope, that's broken. That's out of the question. We need to get in here, and to do that, that's out of order. Oh, no, I remember what you do. You plug this into here. And it feeds it electricity. So this thing, oh yeah, and it's also powering that static TV up there. So this thing is basically just like a source of electricity. Seemingly infinite. Which would be very nice to have on Earth. Can we just say, so we no longer have to burn fucking fossil fuels. One of the worst ways to get electricity. The other options are way better. I was gonna read that out, but, like, I don't know how to pronounce half those words. Oof. Somebody had a bad day here. That looks kind of familiar. Where are its eyes? Some kind of sac? Hang on. Sponges via Brel or vibration. I don't know. What is this? That's a good question. Breathing hole. Bio... something smell. I'm just reading it based on what it looks like to me, not what the actual words are. I just love these, like, campsite lanterns they have. Though they're much brighter, I think. Like, they did not have much lighting. Imagine working here where there's just not much lighting at all. Throughout it. Maybe there was at one point, but clearly, when things went wrong, it may have been, like, turned off or something. That's usually what happens. You know, when something goes wrong, the power usually going out is one thing. One side effect of it. So what's happening here? Fatal system failure. System status. Main power offline. Auto diagnostics. Fatal failure. Coolant system. Error code 45B. Breach detected. Core lockdown protocols engaged. Auxiliary power procedure. This is probably important for us. Partial site power for critical systems can be restored by connecting a compliant portable power cell unit to power jacks 1 and 2 below. Contact administration immediately. What administration? Alright, so, they're studying this crystal over here. However, we must pick it up and use it, because we can insert it in here, and that powers things up. It powers up this lantern. Very cool. I believe you can plug this side into this, and, this little puzzle, if you can call it that, took me kind of a while, because I didn't really realize that this plug was actually usable. But, yeah, the wire goes up here, through here, and connects down to this plug, so you just plug it in here. And it works. Amazing. Auxiliary power. Amazing. So now... Oh yeah, there are some lights in here. Very cool. Can't get out that way. I think you can get out this way, though? Yep. Oh, and look who's now out. Well, something I really like about these guys... Hey, come back. Yeah. I said it. Come back. Something I really like is that this guy has its flashlight off. That's what the HEV suit's flashlight looks like. It's like a little thing on the center of it. It's very cool. It's weird that it emits sparks when you shoot it, but... whatever, even when you shoot it in the head. Well, that doesn't sound very good. Hey, now. I worked hard for that. And now that room's on fire. Well, it doesn't matter. You could unplug this, plug it into this. One that has power in it, and it unlocks the door. And we can thankfully escape. Because this door is unlocked for some reason. Load zone. Yep. Very cool section of Zen. I love that part so much. You get to go through, like, the survey team's base, see what they've been working on, what they've been studying, the environment they've been working in. It's so cool. There's even more, like, human stuff outside here, as you can see with, like, these built bridges and things. Look at that sky! Man, I love this. I love Zen in this game so much. The visual style kind of reminds me of Ori and the Blind Forest. And on top of that, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It's like we're playing like a 3D Ori. Again, with that structure. They're analyzing this very clear crystal. Got some plants, and vines, and things. Very pretty. Now we got another bit of a puzzle here. We gotta get up through that door, but it's locked right now, because of lack of power. Oh, by the way, these things right here. These are our explosive barrels of Zen, basically. They don't really create, like, an earthquake-heavy explosion, but they still make an explosion, so don't touch them. So don't get too near them when you decide to shoot them dead, like that. Alright, both of those are dead ends, you can't go in there. So we got this orange crystal, we'll take it. So we got this orange crystal, we'll take it over here. And that powers this thing up. I actually didn't show that this thing was empty. This thing had empty battery before, now it just got filled up. Hello, you have things for me? Wow, a magnum? Thanks. I don't know why these guys, they give you new magnums. Or I don't know why, like maybe the magnum icon shows up as a bug or something. What are these? Clearly it's not like a security system, or else it would probably be like flaring in alarm when I got close. Okay, I'm pretty sure... Oh yeah. You take the plug out of this, and you go plug it in here. And that powers it up, and that powers all the way down there and unlocks the door. And to get there, you climb up here and you long jump across some platforms. Over here. Oop. And then over here. And then look at this. Bite Crab. So this is apparently their names for it. Sonic the Bulldog. Mr. Burns. We haven't really seen a special Houndeye before. And Spit Squid. Those are apparently their names for it, but the official names of those enemies is Head Crab, Houndeye, different Houndeye, we'll get to them, and Bull Squid. So. Oof. That tree did a number on you there. I cannot tell you. Or actually, words cannot express how much I love this section of the game. And how amazing I think it is. I think it's basically possible. I love how the idea that they're using microscopes out here in Zen nature. So we got kind of a new enemy here. Hi buddy. These Zen trees. You could shoot them and they'll furl up and then they won't attack you. At least for a little bit. I don't know if they do. Anyway, I think you're actually supposed to go up here. And then long jump over here. on top of these big leaves that can support our weight somehow. Barely, it seems. Some batteries down there, but we don't need them. We're at 100. Oh. Get this hound eye out. That way we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. Oh my god. Nope. Get out of the way. I saw that stuff pop in there. That's fine. I forgive it because the looks of it are simply too amazing to care about it at all. What is this? Yeah, so, hi. That one room we saw back in Questionable Ethics that had Zen plants in it was just the beginning. Now we're actually in that space. And for that reason, I think that adding that room to the game was an excellent idea. Because now we're actually in that space. We get to see all these plants in their natural habitat. And not like an artificially made one. Alright, we're gonna get rid of that. I've got a lot of shotgun ammo right now. God, every time I see this swamp, or these visuals, I always grin just a little bit. It is so cool. It's so much better than the original game by like 1,000,000 times. Nothing that the original game could do with this could compare to this. At least in my opinion. Everyone's got their own opinions though. Let me know what you think about the new Zen. Do you hate it? If you do, then I'll come dislike all of your videos. If you have any. If you don't, then I'll report you and get you banned off Twitter. Oh jeez. There's a lot of bull squids out here. Hello? Is that a tree? Or is that a dumb tree? Big dumb tree? Out of here. Do they come back to life after a little bit? I think they might, because the trees I saw before jibbed from the explosives. Alright, I think the correct path is through there, but there are some side places we can go over here first. Or there isn't. That too. If you want to get 100% kills though, make sure to get that bull squid. And also get those guys. I'm not going after those guys. Just because I don't feel like it. Alright, we got some big explosives. We also have an HEV seed zombie here. As well as some regular head crabs. I'm not entirely sure what head crabs are supposed to latch onto other than humans. I don't know, what else do they latch onto? Do they... Is there actually like a bull squid head crab zombie out there somewhere? Because like clearly they're a very frequently seen animal. They're a very common species, so how can they live for so long? Actually, I know why they're frequent. We'll get to that in a bit. Later. Alright, so right here we got a new mechanic. This red heart-looking thing. We hit it. It opens up these leaves. And usually just opens up new paths for us. Coolest way to open a door ever. Right there. And we can climb on this. Hi! Out of my way. Runt. Got a health pool right here. Right here. I'll take it. Back maxed out. Alright, so... Hi guys, didn't mean to bother you. I like how those birds fly over the inescapable death pit that is the bottom of Zen for like hours on end without a care in the world because they can. Alright, so open that by shooting that thing and now we can jump across. I believe in the original game... Oh my god. I believe in the original game Zen actually had less gravity, but from what I can tell the gravity's the same here. I don't mind that though. Because everything else about this place is so much better. Like, I cannot care about low gravity. The low gravity being removed here. Gravity's the same as it is on Black Mesa. Oh god, okay, here's our new enemy type. These are explosive hound eyes. I don't know why Hound Eyes evolved to be explosive, but they just did. Don't question it. So best way to take care of these guys, bring out the MP5 and just shoot them before they can get to you. That's it. That's all you need to know about them. Otherwise, they're pretty easy, not gonna lie. Okay, so here, we've got kind of an open-ended section with a little puzzle to solve. Am I fully reloaded? Hello? Where did you guys come from? Oh god. They launch their attacks so fast in this version. Still not fully used to it. Alright, anyway. We've got kind of a puzzle to solve here. It's not over here, I was just wanting to show. I think here's where we're gonna end up going. But for right now, we're gonna explore this big area of it. Frame rate's being lowered in the recording, but hopefully it should be smooth most of the time. I mean, I understand. Zen is kind of a visual nightmare. There's a lot going on, and it's freaking gorgeous. They're studying this orange flower. So we need an orange crystal for that thing. But where can we get one? As you can see, there are patches of corruption leading up to patches of corruption to kill. I believe the only one you have to kill right now is in here. Avoid shooting those things. I'm gonna use the F5, I think. Alright, let's go all the way over here. That opened up... Hi. It opened up those guys. And it also opened up this room over here. We got a little side path, so shoot that thing out. Okay, then. How long were those guys there? Alright, it opens up this bounce pad that you can use to bounce yourself on the other side of this wall. And now, I believe, shoot those things, breaks the orange crystal. And now, you get the orange crystal that powers the thing you need. So there we go, it's ready, but of course you do need to plug this in. And by the way, that's not a very man-made looking plug, is it? Powers this thing up. Now we teleport through. I just love that, like, Milky Way-ish pattern in this sky of Zen. I'm not sure if you would see stars here, but hey, whatever, this is a video game, we can do whatever we want. It's also, well, I mean, like, it's a video game, but it's also a work of fiction. Works of fiction could just do whatever the fuck they want, in my opinion. As long as it makes sense within their universe. Okay, so right here, this is kind of weird. You have to long jump up to this, from this peak. At least, I don't know of any other ways to progress from here. Long jumping over there just gets you to the bounce pad that just bounces you back here. There's no real point, so just long jump like that, it's pretty easy, and takes you up here. I'm gonna shoot these guys before they become a potential problem. I don't think they will be, but whatever. I'm doing it because I feel like it. We're gonna get this gun out. No, I feel like just getting rid of that one. There we go. And that kills those two guys. Those two poor Hound Eyes. Now we got two things of corruption to shoot. One there. I'd probably use the shotgun on this. And one there. And that opens up these leaves right here. Jump on through. And go in here. Oh, God, look at these plants. These look like mushrooms. Kind of like glowing mushroom biomes in Terraria, though. Not really. Glowing mushroom biomes are just blue. This is like every color in existence. Every natural color in existence. Okay, so... Can't quite remember what this is. I remember what this is now. So, come out here and you get this... Hold on. We'll get out there eventually. We got another HEV suit zombie here. They're honestly not that hard to kill, despite them being, like, the strongest zombies. We got a little, like, Great Deku Tree section here, and this is kind of a long bit. We have to go down a bunch of different rooms and routes to shoot down 3 things of corruption that are keeping that gate made of leaves over there closed. There's a health pool over there. I think I wanna go over here. So let's heal up. That one only healed one at a time. Alright, down here I think there's quite a few explosive hound eyes. I'm not sure there's anything worthwhile down here, but I kind of want to come down here just to get this out of the way in case I fall down here later on. What are these guys? I hear head crab. Hello? I just got bit by a head crab out of nowhere. Head crab, where'd you go? Where'd you go, Hetty? Move it. Sorry about my frantic shooting there. I look like a freaking gaming journalist. Alright, we got some, out of here. Got some explosive hound eyes. Get over here. Get your nose out of my business. I literally said get over here and then followed it up with get out of my business. Like, what do I want from them? Alright, I think that's all of them, so we're safe to go back up. Alright, we'll start with this one. Can't really remember which order I do them in. Okay. I typically start with this one, so this works very well.
Power level is 100.
Hey, remember surface tension? We just did it in the last video. This is like one of the sections from there. Except, instead of nuclear bombing the entire freaking base, it'll just blow us up and we'll die, so it's very selfish, but we do still have to avoid these hound eyes if we want to live. No, trip mines. We'll actually have to jump across these explosive plants barrels. I don't know what these things are called. I just know that they're the explosive barrels. Out of here. Out of here. Don't make me hit one of these things. I think only one hit from them means that they implode. Okay, all my guns are reloaded. These are the only guns that you actually have to worry about keeping reloaded. These guns just reload themselves as you get more ammo for them. Pretty nifty, it's like Doom. It's a combination of Doom and GoldenEye, which I believe GoldenEye was like one of the first shooters to have a reloading mechanic. Previously in Doom, the ammo you get would be the ammo you'd get. You could just use it instantly. There'd be no reloading at all. Alright, there are sleeping hound eyes here. Waking them up is suicide. Let's just sneak around them. And also, here's the thing of corruption. However, do not shoot a gun. Do not shoot this thing with a gun. Otherwise, those hound eyes will wake up and chase after you. So, if you want to just be safe, use the crowbar. You could probably kill the hound eyes, especially since they're far away from the explosive barrels that you won't die from it. But still, the explosive plants, sorry. They're not barrels. Explosive barrels was old school. Now we've got explosive plants here in Black Mesa. Alright, here's the second path. I'm not quite sure what this is. It looks like it's supposed to open up, but maybe it's like budding. Maybe it's like one of those big flowers we saw in some of the previous levels. One of the previous maps. The levels, I call chapters levels. I call like each individual load zone section a map. In one of the previous maps, that could be like the bud version of it. Alright. So this one is actually, this path is actually taking us to the top of this tree. And taking us down through it. Where we are releasing a bunch of snarks. So, in a room with a bunch of explosive plants. So the best way to take care of them is to just do that. Run along, run up that hill there, shoot the explosive plants, long jump to the other side. Either way, they can't get to you, even if they live, so it's very good to do that. Now we've got a huge room of barnacles, which is honestly kind of slow. Oh yeah, there's also this guy. Let me just get him out of the way. I believe he's the only head crab. I think I'm only going to shoot the barnacles that actually are blocking my path. And that includes this guy. Okay, well that was not the only head crab. As you can see, that one got killed by the dude. Is the achievement that I got last time? I read the achievement I got last time. And, okay. You just didn't retract your tongue? Cool. I read the achievement I got last time, and it was like, reunite the head crab and the barnacle, the star-crossed lovers. as like a joke achievement or something. And is the requirement for it simply to have a barnacle eat a head crab? I did not notice that or intend for that to happen. That may have been the requirement. Oh yeah. I just realized something. I won't say what it is until much later, like not even this video. But we'll get there. I will remember to say it. Anyway, onto a new topic. Last time, I actually said kind of a contradictory thing to my opinions on the combat. I said that throughout surface tension, the arenas having cover in it was an improvement. However, in previous videos, I had said that hiding behind cover really didn't make that much of a difference. So, like, why was I complaining about the lack of cover in the original game? And that's because I said, it didn't make much of a difference. But it does still make a difference, just not a huge one. Oh, those poor guys. Even in death, they have to be bullied by a bull squid. More like a bully squid, am I right? Are you gonna walk off the edge? That one took a friggin' beating, and now shooting at me. Thanks, bull squid. Out of here. You really are a bully squid. Alright, anyway. The main thing that cover does is that you can use it to suppress, to hide yourself. Say you're like in a battle with 3 soldiers. You can use cover to hide behind a wall, or like even a small outcropping, to shield yourself from 2 of the soldiers, so that you can focus on one of them. And then you can kill that one, then you can peek out of your cover to focus on one other guy. So that way it like minimizes damage. Because if you stand out in the open, you're just gonna take like the most damage possible, because all 3 of those soldiers, or all 4 or 5 depending on the battle, will be shooting at you, and likely hitting you because you can't avoid hit scan. So because of that, hiding behind a box or something stops like 2 of them from being able to shoot at you, so you're only taking damage from 1 now. And that will help like minimize damage so that you can take them out a little easier. Obviously things get a bit complicated when they start throwing grenades and moving around to get a better angle, or if the one you're shooting at starts fleeing behind cover. Obviously it gets a little complicated there, but still, like, that is the use of cover. And that is why I like the addition of cover throughout surface tension, because it does help somewhat. Like, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make a small difference to, like, help you minimize damage. Because in the original game, which didn't have cover, by the way, we opened this gate and there was a bull squid behind it. Thanks, game. In the original game, what am I trying to say here? Oh yeah, the lack of cover meant that you just basically had to tank hits from like 3 different soldiers. And it was annoying and kind of dumb, so yeah, I'm very glad that got changed. Alright, so we're done with that big, great Deku Tree section. Now we move on to this new environment out here. Not really a swamp anymore, it's kind of like a shore, or a rocky shore. Yeah, like a rocky shore area with a river running through it. And that's something that they added to Zen, is a multitude of different environments to explore as you go. Zen in the original game was basically all one environment. Though it may have had like some differences, it still looks mostly the same, but here you can tell it's like different. And although it is very similar to nature here on Earth, when you think about it, it makes sense. I wouldn't really expect that other forms of life out there in the universe would be that different from Earth. Because I would think it would be mostly the same. It would still be different, obviously, but stuff like structures, rocks and things would still behave somewhat the same, like elements are a thing. So, like, it makes sense for an alien dimension to be similar to Earth, but still very different, with like different animals and things. And that's kind of what I like about it. On top of everything else, it's just how beautiful it looks. Anyway, we got a new enemy here. This is the Alpha Houndeye. I don't know what they're officially called, but I call them Alpha Houndeyes. They're much bigger, tougher versions of Houndeyes that I believe do more damage, knock you back further with their Sonic Blast. However, they're actually pretty easy to kill, not gonna lie. That being said, I'm on easy difficulty, but still. Here's where I would actually normally flip over to normal difficulty. However, I did that in my normal difficulty playthrough, and once again... What? Once again, that does not... It's not really that fun in a certain section we'll be getting to later on. I feel like I've been saying that a lot, but Zen is quite the crazy adventure. So... Anyway, that subtitle there. I noticed that every time I shoot a barnacle with the head, with the magnum, a random subtitle sometimes shows up. That must be like a bug in the code, like it's accessing memory that governs that voice line, and it thinks that it's being played somewhere. That line right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what the scientist at the very beginning of the Resonance Cascade said, trying to do CPR on that security guard. If you remember. That's very strange bug, because clearly that guy is not here. Another cool thing about Zen, the lack of people. You're totally on your own now. Everyone else is dead, and everyone who is alive is back on Earth. You're totally on your own. Being forced to get through here, and I love that. There's like not a single bit of dialogue throughout this whole entire part of the game. Not counting one thing that you may have seen at the very beginning. But I personally don't count that because it's rare. It rarely ever speaks, but it is still there. I might as well mention it. Okay, I'm being aimed at by this thing. Screw you. Get out of here. Oh god, Alpha boy. Alpha, Hound Eye. That did nothing. Why did that grenade do nothing? Maybe it injured it. Let's just use the crossbow on this. This section, by the way... I didn't even realize there was like there's another... Hello. There's another, like, section of land down there. Along with the bottomless pit. This place is so cool. These whole last 3 videos are gonna be me just gushing about how awesome this part is. Okay, this part right here. Walking through this part, it reminds me a lot of some national parks I've been to, with hikes along, like, a river, with, like, ledges above a river. I've gone through quite a few of those hikes. They're all very cool, and it's honestly kind of cool to see them here, even though it's not Earth, but I don't care. It's still awesome. Let's shoot that guy dead. I think we have to get down into the water here. Thankfully, the current isn't that bad. And it's a very shallow river, too, so we could just walk right through it. Got some birds. Oh, we got a weird little switch here. And that big dumb fish just lowered that lily pad. We better watch out for that. Alright, I think there's a portal activated over there, but we can't see it through the water. Alright, so you just jump here, jump over here. And there's an Alpha Hound Eye here. I was looking at the recording timer. I've been recording for 50 minutes. Yeah, this is gonna be a decent length video. It's gonna be about the length of part 3, I think. Alright, let's jump over here, activate this. Very simple puzzle. And now we continue hiking along the edge of this. Some more Hound Eyes. Another difference between, this and my hikes is that I wasn't shooting at Hound Eyes along the way. Like, there weren't enemies. There may have been swarms of, like, bugs or birds or whatever. But, yeah, not much else. I've barely taken, like, any damage at this. That's easy difficulty for you, I guess. That guy didn't do any suit energy damage, he just did health damage. That's weird. I could flip it over to normal just to make these guys do more damage, but, like, then again, this game is just not fun to play at, like... It doesn't even make that much of a difference for these guys, and when it does make a difference, it's not fun. It's not a fun difference. Maybe hard mode makes a more fun difference for these guys, but... Then, like, stuff like the military aren't fun, and I don't want to have to keep switching difficulties just to make this game enjoyable. So, I think I'm just gonna stick with easy. After all, like, you get the point. And I still love this section anyway. to be fair, it's not just that I'm playing on easy difficulty. It's because this part kind of restarts the difficulty curve. We're fighting a lot of pretty easy enemies, even though this is the start of the final levels of the game. Like, we're fighting pretty easy enemies at this point. So, and we're not fighting them that often. This place is kind of like your average early level, where you just walk around this place, occasionally fight some things, but mostly it's just enjoying the views. Where you can enjoy them. I like these blue flowers. This makes me wish I was playing like Minecraft so I could pick all these up. All these would be like different items. Unless it was a badly made mod where they don't have them as items you could pick up. That would be a bad mod. I gotta say, I think the difference between the original game Zen and Black Mesa Zen is like the same thing as the difference between the pre-1.16 Nether in Minecraft and the post-1.16 Nether. Not just like the new plant life, but how much better it is. Because like ooh, frame rate. I liked the Nether in 1.15 decently enough, but now that we have the 1.16 Nether, there's no going back. Anyway, look at the aquatic plants that are here. They're different enough from the surface plants. They kind of fit in on their own. I like these. This is like the equivalent of moss, or lichen, or whatever grows on rocks and things. So we got a really cool new enemy type right here. These, underwater barnacles that are on the floor instead, and they grab you with this. I think if you jump over them... Can I get back on this? Hello? I think if you jump over them, they grab you, pull you down. Oh, okay, no. They just... If you land in them, they grab you. But they, like, pull you down underwater. Which is kind of creepy. Thankfully, though, they only take one shot from the crossbow, so you can easily kill them. There's quite a few of them, though. But yeah, otherwise they're the same as barnacles. They just pull you down, and they're always underwater. I think that's it for the new enemies throughout Zen. But they're very cool additions. None of these enemies existed in the original game. And I'm very glad that they now exist here. Yeah, okay, you can safely long jump over them. It's fine. That structure sure seems important. It's like towering over everything. Hi, big dumb fish. If you don't mind, I'm gonna platform across this quickly. Yeah, if you stand on these lily pads too long, I kind of showed it off earlier. They will sink. There were some barnacles there, but I avoided them with by being good at video games. There we go. We're on. Oh, okay. I was about to say, if those fucking big fishes hit me, I was about to get on this game's case. I was about to make so many Dead by Daylight comparisons, it's not even funny. Speaking of special looking structures, that looks pretty special. Let me just pick up the supplies that were seemingly teleported here from scientists back on Earth. So they're watching me. Very cool. Glad I'm not completely alone, at least. Hello? Hound eyes? Where were those guys? Were they behind us and that just killed them? Alright, so right here we've got a little cave room with some stuff underneath it. Explosive plants, blow them up. And this room, for whatever reason, is lousy with these plant barnacles. There are also big dumb fish in here. I didn't remember that, and I'm using up my crossbow way too much. Alright, guys. Let's go. This water, unlike the water back on Earth, is actually clear. Okay, listen, buddy. Go back to fucking Dead by Daylight. That's where you belong. Where else is it fair to have hits reach that far? I was so far away from him. Alright, can I safely traverse through these guys? I can, apparently. Apparently you can avoid the ones that are under the water. That's cool. Oh, look, we got a mix of ceiling barnacles and ground barnacles. stalagmites and stalactites, I guess? I don't know. Maybe someone else, far craftier with names than I am, can think of a better name to call them. That has that theme of, like, C for ceiling, G for ground. Get up. Come on. The lily pads are weird like that. Oh, hey, just a full recharge station over here. Don't mind if I do. Let's top up my health and suit. Need to go over here. Alright. There we go. Now we get to explore that special-looking structure. Admittedly, this beautiful moment is somewhat ruined because, you have to fight hound eyes throughout this section. Well, whatever. I don't care. Oh god. I think there are still some more hound eyes past this point. Yep. There's some explosive dudes as well. I'm chasing them off somewhat with this thing. Oh god. Oh god. Out of here. I should take care of most of them. Come on. Jeez, you guys are just hiding down here, you cowards. There we go. I think that's it. Alright, so this part is pretty important, as you could probably tell, because in the original game, there's another hound eye, whatever, we'll get him later. In the original game, Zen would basically start right here. This was the beginning. All of what we just played through did not exist. However, this section, despite being basically the same as the start of the original game Zen, is still different. Very, very different. For one thing, in the original Zen, you had to platform across a bunch of things to get over to this place, but now it's just a bridge. A wonky and complex bridge, but still a bridge. And that's fine. But yeah, this is the island. This is the island that I showed in the picture early on. If I remember to. Hopefully I did. I mean, I rewatch all these videos when I edit them, so of course I'll remember, because I literally say it out loud. There'd be no reason not to. Alright. Oh my god. This is terrifying. Don't think too much about it, but oh god. Imagine crawling across that in real life. Look at this freaking beautiful place. Original Zen, eat your heart out. I know I've been saying this a lot, but I cannot stress it enough. This is just so much better. Got another little supply crate. They presumably sent here. Because we haven't seen that many man-made structures in a while. Haven't seen any, like, computers, analysis, little tables. We haven't seen them in a while. We have... Okay, well, this guy exists. So I guess they've gotten this far, but yeah, it doesn't seem like they've really gotten this far otherwise. Thankfully, we get to explore it in their place. This is interesting. We just can't pass through this. This would be the material emancipation grill in Portal. But now it's just a complete barrier. You can't pass through it at all. How's it going, guys? Alright, here's a weird little room where you get to platform across these giant salt crystals. So yeah, we're now heading inside the island in case you couldn't tell. I don't know how you couldn't tell. If you unplug that, these shields turn off, and you can pass through. Wonder who made those shields. Look at all these blue vines from the ceiling. Well, whatever this is, certainly doesn't look human-made. This looks like very old space movie technology. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Some weird hologram. But yeah, like, you watch old space movies like Alien, or, I don't know, space movies, and the technology usually looks like this. But this one is definitely different from what we've been seeing up to this point. Let's see what these buttons do. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Yeah, I don't think anything went wrong. That looks perfect to me. Alright, so yeah. That's not gonna be working. So that thing was creating a little portal that will make us progress further. So we need to find a way to activate that. But to do that, we need to fix whatever's broken first. So we got a missing crystal here. I got some plugs we can unplug to get down into here. So this is kind of a massive puzzle. Once we get across here first. This is one really big puzzle, and it's a much improved and expanded upon version of the quote-unquote... Jesus. Okay, very fast elevator. Of the quote-unquote puzzle that was in this place in the original game. Where all you did was you went around to 3 little things and you pressed E on them to open them. And then you bashed a little cage that had 3 pixie things. The pixie things then flew into the little things and activated the portal. The end. Barely a puzzle, but this one is way more involved. So, you got these 3 big sections. I have some stuff to figure out. This is a power source, so you plug a plug in here. However, notice that there are arrows leading to either sides. And that tells you you're supposed to take this out and plug it in the middle. And that will power all 3 of them. So the energy from this will transfer to those. And doing that opens this door so we can now go over here behind that shield. And that allows us to grab this orange crystal right here. So your goal in these 3 little wings is to grab the orange crystal and take it to this. And then you can press this button. Or thing. That barely looked like a button. And when you do that, you'll activate one of the 3 lasers you need to fully activate the portal so that you can progress. Now, oh yeah, this door opens right here. This is a pretty linear puzzle. You have to complete that section first, then you move on to the next section. Actually, you get a break in between each section by climbing out here. You got some barnacles in the ceiling with an explosive plant. Kills all of them, like this is Half-Life 2 or something. So that we can now safely make the jump over here. Here we got kind of a similar set piece. Shoot those guys. However, we must take... there's a shield blocking our path here, so we must take this path instead, which is a little harder to see. That'll take us up into here. Press that button to turn that off. Ow. By the way, I haven't mentioned it yet, but another side effect of the long jump module is landing jets. If you fall too far enough that would cause you fall damage, the landing jets will activate, and you won't take any fall damage. So that means fall damage is disabled for the rest of the game. Would have loved that in the original game. Just saying. Alright, here we have the same thing, except this one releases a rock that breaks that crystal, which turns off the shield. And I'll also turn off this shield in here, so that we can bounce our way up to these tunnels, and I believe loop back around to this, where we can now jump across. Carrying onwards, our second puzzle is right here. Never mind, it's actually a little parkour segment, but it's fine, it's very easy. And we got another very, very fast elevator. Now this one is a little bit different. As you can see, there are explosive plants covering the place. And if you trigger them, you will die. So just jump around them. Don't trigger them. Actually, with their explosive radius, you can probably stand like here and be safe from them. But I'm pretty sure you're scripted to automatically die if you do that. So don't do that. Yeah, as you can see, the explosive plants are blocking this thing, which we need to plug in order to get the thing that we want. Because I'm pretty sure it's like behind some door somewhere. Actually, I'm not sure where it is. The orange crystal here is, but I think this is still a thing we need to plug in anyway. So to do that, take the plug out of here, This supply crate right here will give you C4, which is important, because you're going to need it for this upcoming bit. Once you plug them both in here, you unlock the ability to close this door. And with that and this shield over here, you now have a force field that protects yourself from explosions. So throw C4 down in here, and close this door, and launch it. Now the explosives in this room are gone, so you can do the same for out here. Throw C4 out there, explode it, and now all the explosive plants should be gone. They sure are. So now, no need to worry about it anymore. Now you just pull these things out. Actually... Hello? Pull it out. Pull it out. There we go. Actually, the orange crystal is right here, but what happens if you put it into this thing before plugging that stuff in? It does not release the button. Okay, so yeah, you do have to plug in the plugs first. So this one is basically the same, except you just plug one end in there, the other end in there. Perfect. And now the button has been released, so press it. And that's big portal laser number 2. Now just for number 3. This door opened. So now we go into here. And first we have our little break from puzzling by going out here to these sleeping hound eyes who've decided that this is the best spot in the world to sleep. Little do they know that I have a fully ammunitioned glue-on gun that I can use to wake them up in the worst way possible. Get rid of that crystal too. Health thing right here, however, I haven't actually taken any damage. So I don't need it. Silly game, thinking I need health? Who do you think I am? Okay. I might need health very shortly. Alright. Shoot that thing before it shoots us. Don't need that. So is there anything else in here? No. So we'll just go in here. Which, by the way, we're still just on the precipice of falling into absolute nothingness. Basically just falling for all eternity. What was that? Okay. Some weird lighting glitch or something. Oh, hi. Didn't realize you were also living in here. Didn't realize this was the Hound Eyes, Crystals, and Bull Squid's homes all at once. Alright. Take those plugs out so we can enter this room. And we got our last puzzle. However, this time, all 3 of the crystals are already in there. The difference is that we now have kind of a problem regarding the plugs. There's some stuff over there. We'll get to that. Because right here, we can obviously see where we can plug these things in. Very easy puzzle, right? I managed to plug... Apparently you can plug both of the plugs into the same socket. And not anymore. Okay. Well, anyway, the point is, plug is not long enough to reach, so we need to use this for something else. And, using... Actually... Okay, we don't need to use that for something else quite yet. However, taking it out of these things disabled this floor shield right here, which will take us down a different path. It took me a while to notice that on my second playthrough, despite having already done this before in the first playthrough. Here's the longer cable. This is what we need. And so we'll just, power this on, that'll open the door, and we can immediately unplug, and the door will stay open. Because otherwise you could get trapped in there. It's a safety measure. Now we can plug this in here. However, I actually think... Oh, there's a wire there that's disconnected. So, we need to complete the wire with these. With this plug. And this one, thankfully, is short enough that it can... Hello? Hi, you know, I'd really like it if you could be plugged in or some bullshit. Those are locked in place now. Why are these not plugging in? That's more like it. I loaded an autosave. Apparently when I plugged them both into socket, something must have just bugged out in their, like, physics memory that made them not be pluggable-inable to anything. So there you go. That's the proper solution, and this button should be available. That's number 3. That's all 3 of them. Alright, awesome. So now it opens up this room, takes us to this elevator. That shall take us up. All the way back. Never mind. It'll take us up here, then we can jump across. And from there we can head all the way back to the first room. And here's the orange crystal that we need for right here. I like all those, like, robotic arms and things. And I believe that's all you need. Even though these 2 lights are red, this light being green means that it's good to go. And that right there is a portal that we are able to take. I didn't even notice this extended bridge before. Let's go. Okay, says who? Me. Alright. So we're in a new area. Some caves. 1.17, Caves and Cliffs. Part 2, spoiler, right here. No. That would be cool if there were, like, bright orange crystals in 1.17, Part 2, though. They're not gonna add it. It would still be cool. Just this random specific thing that's from a different game that's set on an alien planet, you know? Well, that's a freaking red sky. Does the sun shrink when I zoom in? That's kind of funny. Oh, just in case we haven't picked up a rocket launcher yet. There's one. This place doesn't seem very friendly. Alright, so this is a... Alright, we'll check that out later. This is a thing we cannot activate. We need to activate 3 things first. Just like before. That is a ton of rockets. When are we ever gonna need that many rockets? Seriously. That's kind of overkill. And now, it's showing us that we can long jump in every direction. So yeah, you can long jump to the side, you can long jump diagonally, forwards, whichever way that you're moving when you initiate the long jump, that's where you'll go. Oh, my long jump just ran out there. Now here's how to long jump normally. Thanks for the reminder. Alright, last portal thingy should be over here. There's even a wire connecting to it. Long jump sideways. Yep, got it. Alright, there's our last portal thingy. So, I guess we just go now. That thing's much closer. Or rather, we're closer to that thing. So let's activate this thing. I see. It's taking us up there. Well, that's awfully nice. Thank you. Very convenient. Oh, God. Alright, here we go. This begins... Fucking equip the rocket launcher. This begins one of, honestly, the coolest parts of Zen. This This big hulking monster that just came out of nowhere is called the Gonarch, I believe, or Gonarch. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but I pronounce it as Gonarch. Oh, that's bad. Don't knock me off the edge. This thing is insane. If you can't tell, yeah, this thing is fucking insane. Ow. I don't think that was necessary. I need suit energy. This thing in the middle has suit energy in it. It has a variety of attacks that, like, lunges at you, friggin' spits stuff at you. And it was also, just a second ago, bursting baby head crabs. So, this thing is actually the adult form of a head crab. Fun fact. I don't know how they turn into this, but they do. Oh god. That green ball will, like, cause a weird explosion after sitting on the ground for a little while, so watch out for it. It's getting close. Too close for comfort. Oh my god, it almost hit me with its thing. Ooh, fuck off. Okay, now I know why we need so many rockets. Alright, one more. Whoa! It launched me up into the air. We will not take fall damage, thankfully. Might actually kill me here. Rockets. Dude. Come on. No, I'm stuck. Oh my god. These fucking crystals are making my life so much harder. I'm at 4 health. Amazing. This will go swimmingly. Oh, I damaged it enough. It ran away. Thank God. Its baby head crabs are still around now. I better watch out. Alright. Well, that was tense. But we're not done with it. We just chased it away. We're gonna have to deal with it a little more. I'm gonna save right now just so I don't die. Alright. So if I die, I'll just respawn right here. That will be where I end this video. Next time, we're gonna have to deal with that big thing. And by the way, if you're wondering, the design process behind that thing was basically a Valve employee just randomly asking, hey, what if we put a giant ball sack on an extremely tall armored spider? And here we are today. I think that literally was the design process behind it. Like they have said. The fact that that thing can be as scary as it is. In the original game, it fought very similarly. However, the level that it was in was basically just a boss fight, and that was it. However, in this game, we've got a full-length level ahead of us to deal with it, so we're gonna deal with that next time. We have completed the first level, Zen, which is, by the way, pretty much my favorite level of the game. It's amazing. I don't think I even need to explain why. You saw it. You saw why it is. So, next time, we're gonna have to deal with that huge beast, the Gonarch, as we continue through Zen, and hopefully we'll be able to kill it with our limited supplies of resources and with how powerful it was. But that will certainly be hard. So, thank you all for watching, if you did watch. And as always, I will see you all in the future.